Mayoral Memo with Matho Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
93.5 Triple M. It is your News to Wake Up with Jodi and Matho. We are joined by our Mayor, Matthew Dickerson. There's a bit of cash that gets splashed around every year by council, and there's a committee meeting about how best to do that.
Well, it's actually quite interesting. Not everyone knows about it, but we have $150,000 that we give out to community groups throughout the year. We do it in two lots, so $75,000 each time. And so we've got community groups that apply for that money, and then we go through and assess those. And at our committee meetings this Thursday night, we're going to go through and have a look at those. We've actually got more than $75,000 this time because, believe it or not, it was undersubscribed, the last lot that we handed out. So this time we've got to carry that money over and hand that out. We've been oversubscribed this time, so that's kind of good and bad. It means not everyone gets the money they ask for. But the thing that I love about it, Matho, is that you actually see some of these people, some of these organisations, what they do with that money, and they might get $500 or $1,000 off council. And then you hear the things they're doing in their organisation and you say, wow, what a great thing they do with that, or how far have they made that money go. So it's a very efficient use of that money, but lots of good community groups out there, and I'd love to give lots of them more money, but unfortunately we do have a budget to stick to.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, lots of community groups doing fantastic work with the cash.
Yeah, absolutely. Last Saturday, you had a little bit of a meet-up at the Visitors Information Centre with Dougal Saunders and Mark Colton. How did that go?
Look, I know you're very lucky, Jodi. You get to talk to myself and Dougal and Mark Colton on a regular basis, but not everyone has that opportunity. So we do something that is unique in this nation. Nowhere else in this nation do you have a regular open forum where you've got all three levels of government standing side by side. We've been doing this now for over 10 years. And it's actually a really good opportunity for people from the community to have anything to say or any ideas or any issues they've got. The thing that is really good about it is that you can't pass the buck. When you've got Dougal and Mark standing side by side, and we've got our councillors as well and some of our senior council staff, if someone approaches me about something, I can't say, not my issue, that's state government issue. If I'm trying to pass the buck, well, there's a state government standing right beside me, or there's a federal government standing beside me. So it actually is a really good way to make sure that you are addressing the issues. But there are things also that actually have some common ground. So, for example, one of the queries I got on Saturday morning was related more to NDIS than it was to council. So it was great. Here's Mark Colton. Let's go over and talk to Mark and go through that issue with him. There was another issue I got that was more about a Transport for New South Wales problem. But again, it did touch on a council issue there. So great, we've got Dougal there. Let's talk to Dougal about that issue. So it's a really good opportunity, and lots of people came down and took advantage of the fact that we're there. We're at the farmers markets this time. We do change around where we are. But I think it's a great opportunity for people, and people do take advantage of it.
I think it's just an opportunity for you guys just to peruse the farmers markets. Oh, yeah, we're here for the people and the chutney. Regan Park, tell us about this big long-term plan.
Well, the master plan has been done and dusted. We've locked that away now. And when I say lock that away, master plans do change over time. You may remember there was some controversy around that planning process. There were some silly conspiracy theories thrown around during that process. But as it got to the end, people realised it was a really good, open, transparent process we went through. But we've got that master plan now. And a master plan can take 20 years or more to realise, but we're starting on that first part of it. We've got a little bit of money to put towards a barbecue area around the South Dubbo Weir. So we actually did a walkthrough last week, and the idea of this was to give councillors a bit of a visual, a bit of a walkthrough there, but also residents in the area. In fact, any residents could come along to it. And we did two walkthroughs. I went to one of those two. They both were well attended, and it was a good opportunity for people just to start to visualise. It's all well and good to look at plans on a piece of paper and try and imagine what things will look like, but it's a bit different when you're actually going through and walking along there and looking where paths will go and what things will look like. So I'm pretty excited about this first part, but we'll keep looking out for money for different parts of that. And again, it is one of those things that will take 20 years or thereabouts to realise. So in 20 years' time, Jodi and Matho will be talking about the finalisation of the Regan Park plan.
Yeah, nothing like forward planning. It's good to be prepared, isn't it, John?
Yes, absolutely. Preparation is my life, really.
It is yours. Certainly not mine. No Regan Park in my life. Thank you very much, Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickerson, for joining us today. We'll catch up in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Jodi. Thanks, Matho.
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.